welcome to Marianne's Last Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making my grandmother's pot roast. It is a memory-filled, evocative dish and I love it. It's so fast. You can have it put together in 5 minutes of prep time and 2.5 hours of cooking. Super simple. Really, it's put it together and forget it. Great kind of food, and you could put it in a slow cooker as well and leave it all day. So it's a fantastic dish. Hope you try it. So let's get cooking. Oil. So my oil is smoking a little bit. That's the perfect time to put it on. I'm going to bring my salt and pepper over here. I'm going to salt the side that's going to go down first, pretty liberally. Pepper it and put it down into some bacon fat. I'm going to season these sides. So all sides are seasoned. I'm going to flip this as soon as it's browned, and I'm going to brown it on all sides. In the meantime, I've got my other ingredient, which is 3 carrots. I'm going to halve these and then cut the halves in half. I've got 5 fairly big potatoes cut in half and then cut into wedges, so quarters. A half of a very large onion. I would use a whole onion. I've got about 5 chunks of garlic that I have coarsely chopped. They don't need to be chopped fine. And I'm going to flip this. And right there is what we want, is to see that kind of caramelization on all sides. So I've got it browned on all sides now. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put it into a Dutch oven. I'm going to pour all that delicious bacon fat and beef fat that just rendered over the top of the meat. Okay, so I've put my onions in and I've put my roast on top of that, so there's like a bed of onions underneath the roast. There we go. And then I've put my garlic in on top of that. On top of that, you're not going to believe how simple this is, and it's so good. I'm putting 2 cans of tomato sauce. My neighbors rave about this dish and how good it is and how they can't believe it's as simple as it is. That's Grandma's cooking for you, right? Then I'm going to use those cans of tomato sauce and get water in both of them up to the top so we don't waste any of that tomato sauce. And it's going to come up to pretty much 2/3 of the way up the roast. And then I'm going to put that in. When this is going to cook for 2.5 hours total. When this is cooked for 1.5 hours, I'm going to put these wedged potatoes in, which, like I said, I did 5 of them. And I'm going to put these halved and then cut in half lengthwise carrots in a 1/2 hour before cooking is over. So 1 hour before cooking is over, the potatoes go in. A 1/2 hour before cooking is over, the carrots go in. And this goes into a 350-degree oven for 2.5 hours. But I'm going to set it for 1.5 hours so I know when to put my potatoes in. And that's it. I'm going to pop this Dutch oven into the oven. And we'll see you in an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half. I've plopped the potatoes in here, and you would not believe the delicious smell and the taste that is produced from that tomato sauce, garlic, onions, and the beef juices going out into the sauce. It's going to be amazing. So I'm going to take it out in about a half hour and add the carrots and cook for one more half hour, and it's going to be done. So it's been a half hour with the potatoes in there. I'm going to add my carrots in. Just drop them into that sauce. And I'm going to make sure that they get covered, because that sauce just does everything to these veggies. Cover it back up, put it back in the oven for 1/2 hour, and we'll be eating the most delicious and easy pot roast you've ever tried. And I used to dream about these potatoes. I would beg my grandma to let me take home the potatoes because they were so good. But with this beef and the sauce, it's just amazing, spectacular. And we'll be back in a half hour. And we are done. Our extra half hour has been going. And I like doing it this way because your potatoes don't get overcooked and your carrots don't get overcooked. You don't have like mushy vegetables. I'm not a fan of mushy vegetables. So I'm just gonna give this the poke test. Make sure that they're perfect. They're tender, but not mushy at all. And that dish is ready to serve. I'm gonna cut off the little strings that come around the roast. It looks like that's already loose. Take that off. And then we got another one. And then I'll show you how fall apart tender this is.
Okay.
So we're digging in. Thank you, Grandma Frankie. Look at that tender beef. Oh, yeah.
Equal parts of taters, carrots,
Pull
and
it
roast
apart.
beef. Mm-hmm. Very good.
This is so evocative for me. It's like my grandma's here with me. And with you guys too. Thank you for joining us on Marianne's Alaska Kitchen. I hope you try this. It's so fast, 5 minutes prep, and then you're just waiting for it to cook in the oven. Subscribe, like, hit that notification bell if you like what you're seeing, and leave me a comment. I'd love to chat back with you, and we'll see you next time.